Imagine things. We use the resources that we have available to us right now. Stop getting into your thinking mind and stop trying to sit there and look at and imagine all the pieces that you need to come into existence before you start doing things that you want to do and that you desire. No, the universe don't work that way. It sits there, it starts from your imagination, you imagining what you want to do, and then you just start. From whatever you have, you just start, and then next thing you know, reality will bend to your will. It's either one or two things going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, pharaohs and pharaohs, priests and priestesses, magicians and magians. Either you going to make the world and the reality bend to your will and what you want to happen in your imagination, or you going to bend to it. You're going to bend to the imagination of someone else's, because everything on this planet was constructed and done through someone's imagination. Whether if it's a stoplight, it's a law that's written, it's a border that's drawn on dividing lands and seas and ownerships of resources and everything. Everything starts from a person's imagination. And everything that you have seen that's come into manifestation is because someone imagined it and they did not allow someone else to influence or stop or hinder them until they reach their goal. This is what they call definite of purpose. So I'm challenging everyone out there to change your beliefs about yourself. Imagine what you want to be. Recreate and brand yourself to what you see as fit, to your desires. Because that is your higher calling, your desires. That is what you're supposed to be doing. And you will never be happy until you do it. Anytime I sit at home and I'm unhappy, it's because I'm not doing what I want to do. Because I'm not doing what I imagine that I'm supposed to be doing. And I find that happiness is not just sitting there, and because I have accomplished the things that I imagine. Most of my happiness is coming through the effort of getting there. It's the effort of imagining something and putting forth some action. Because that is the passive principle. The imagination is the active principle. But you have to put the passive principle on top of it, which is the action too. Now, to me, to you, you might sound backwards that the action is the active principle, but it really is not. The imagination is the foundation, it's the base. It is the canvas for all dreams, all paintings, all matter. Matter has to have something to sit on, has to have something to illuminate it. That's why everything comes out of blackness or darkness first. Because there must be a base. Light cannot shine if it has nothing to refract off of. It is actually an invisible source of energy. And it needs a canvas. And so anything that you want to put into action, make to come in manifestation, must start with a blank canvas, and not a canvas that's painted by anyone else, because that's not yours. Your imagination has to be it. Can you get pointers? Can people give you advice? They can, but take it sparingly. This is where you get confused. You don't need no one else's stuff to bounce off of. You don't. That's where you get discouraged. That's where you start to get back and forth. That's when you get in your mind. Now you're making decisions based upon someone else's experience, someone else's imagination. Most of the time, only to come back to your own idea. That's why you had it in the first place. It came from you. Your ideas are meant for you. Their ideas are meant for them. Now, when you co-create with people, y'all go on a blank slate together, and you put down a blank canvas together, and you bounce off of each other, and you start painting that way. But for the most part, you have to learn how to paint yourself first. You can't paint with somebody else until you learn how to paint. Now, how do you learn how to paint? Most of the time, you're going to have to learn, since you got out of yourself and you don't know how to naturally bring information from yourself. Now you have to get it from someone else who knows how to get it from themselves. But they should never tell you what you should be doing. No, they should just be giving you a path or some tools that you can use so you can start going within yourself and start to create your own road, your own path, your own canvas. Everyone has different dreams. Everyone has different aspirations. No one dream is meant for you. You will never be happy living someone else's dreams. You will only be happy. Only happiness comes from is love of self. And love itself is doing the things that self desires. You came here to this earth, to this planet, voluntarily to create, to experience. There is no right or wrong in the choices that you make. This is a choice you made. Okay, you made the choice. It didn't come out. You didn't like it. Okay, now you got something to work off of. Now you know you don't make that choice. Make a different one. See what the result of that. We're all scientists. This is an experimental playground for us to tap into, for us to imagine, for us to create. This is why we came here. We came here to create and learn from experiences and to keep building and to keep growing and keep expanding through our imagination, not through memorization, not through memorizing books and what other people say. I can never be happy trying to mimic and sound like somebody else. Flow is letting it come from you and loving yourself enough to know that that's your truth. I'm painting my truth. My truth does not have to resonate with you. It does not have to be true with you. I will never live your life. You will never live mine. I will never see out your eyes unless you allow me, unless we sync together. And then we can start imagining together. But that's a whole nother lesson. That's a higher lesson. First, work with self. If you want to change anything, you want to change the world, you want to help the world, help you. Learn how to control and use your own mind and imagination. Learn how to take back your originality. Learn how to love yourself so that you can be yourself and so that you can express yourself in the true way that you express it and be happy with it. Not caring what somebody else thinks or how they're going to judge it. Because how they judge it doesn't even matter unless you allow it to matter. Because as I'm doing this and I'm filming this, I feel great. How dare me allow someone else's opinions or comments to destroy the happiness of me making this video? Because I'm not doing it for you. I'm really doing it for me. I'm doing it because I want to do it. I imagine myself saying the things that I'm saying, being on this film, using my own camera, putting it out here and sharing it because I can. Because I imagine me doing so. That's power. And through this power of doing what I want to do and putting forth the action, I'm gaining confidence. I'm gaining more and more confidence to do more and more stuff, to jump out of my shell, to get out here, to meet more people, to network, to build the brand and the empire that I always imagined I would. And guess what? I will never be happy on this earth until I do it. Happiness is not the end goal of reaching the end goal of my dream. My dream don't never stop. I don't never stop imagining. You think when I become, or when I am, because I'm already am, the biggest producer in the world, do you think I'm going to stop that? When I became the best electrician in the world, I didn't stop. I got a dream of a wing shack. This dream came just from out of nowhere. But it came from me. So I know it's one of my higher purposes. I know it's one of my purposes. And I'm doing it now. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. No. Anything that I imagine, I'm already doing it. Because I imagined it. So the more and more I keep putting distance and saying I'm about to do, or in the future, or I want to, that's the distance that I'm putting between me and it. But the more I say that I'm doing it now, I'm that now. I have a wing shack. People love my wings. People coming to eat them from all around the world. It's because it's being created as I imagined it. And the more that I believe it, no one has to believe it, just me. Now, I am so powerful in my thoughts. And I am so connected with my subconscious mind, which is connected with the source and the grid and the power of all that is. Once that signal repeatedly, and once I put that signal repeatedly out there, it's been broadcasted. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to touch you. You're going to hear it. You're going to feel it. You're going to help me to bring it into existence, knowingly or unknowingly. This is the power that everyone, each one of us has. This is the power we use every day. How do you think things that you want and your goals are coming? Things are coming from ways you didn't even imagine. And you'd be like, oh, that's God. No, that's you. You are connected to God. You are God. You are it. All of us are it. I'm not claiming it for myself. I'm a part of it. I'm a part of its creation, and all parts of its creation is it. It's not every droplet of water that comes out the ocean. Or because it's a droplet of it, it's not the ocean anymore. Do you not know that the ocean ain't nothing but billions, if not trillions or gazillions of droplets of water? That's what the ocean is. I am a soul, solar energy, self-propelled. Do you think it's food and water that's causing me to be walking and talking right now? I ain't ate nothing today. And I've only drunk a little bit of water. No. It's through the breath. It's through every atom that I breathe that this body, that this essence, that this spirit, that this soul is a nuclear reactor. It automatically breaks it down and takes the electrons, which is energy. Electricity is the free flowing of electrons. So the body is taking, the spirit, the soul is taking these electrons, these atoms, they're breaking them down and taking the electrons, which is energy, which is electricity, and it's powering up, and it's doing this automatically. This is the same concept of a nuclear reactor. And each one of us is a self-propelled nuclear reactor, nuclear being, a solar being, self-energized through breath, through breathing. You understand? This is the power of what you're dealing with. And your mind creates matter. It moves matter through thought. Now, since everything has time in this fourth dimension, third dimensional world, it's taking time for the matter to catch up with the thought. But as you become more conscious and aware that it's your thoughts, and as you control your thoughts, and as you propel your thoughts, and as you focus your thoughts, you will cut down the time in which it takes for the matter to be willed by you. But that's what you are. You are a willer of thoughts. You are a wielder of energy. You are a god. You are a goddess. You create. You imagine. That's what you are. And through you, and through I, and through all things, the source of the all experiences all things. It's everywhere through its creation. And we all imagine in the mind of the all. We're all individual minds in the mind of the all. You understand? Mind is matter. Matter is mind. Mind is intelligent matter. Matter is organized mind. As vibration, which is the fastest form and speed of all creation, primal source of light, energy, electricity, anything, matter, vibration. Check out string theory, check out quantum physics. You will find that when you go into the nucleus of a molecule or an atom, you will find a wave, a sine wave, which is vibration. So all things is vibration. You understand? And a mind is a concentrated form of these molecules and this vibration. Molecules at its highest level, its infinite level, coming together, forming sacred geometrical patterns and organization to form matter. So let you not concentrate on the matter, lest you be wielded and be the effect of matter. But let you concentrate, vibrate on what really matters, and that is the energy, the infinite energy and vibration that's behind the matter. Get in touch with that. Get in touch with your true self, the vibration. Learn how to control it. Learn how to feel it. Learn how to wield it. And then you learn how to wield matter. You learn how to be in front of your reality. You learn how to write your own movie. Now you become the programmer. No different than the programmer that's programming every program that we're using in this reality on the internet. How I'm even broadcasting, because someone wrote a program. And this is the effect. You understand? Physical matter is the effect. But there is a force behind everything in physical. It's a programmer, if you want to call it that. So now that I've explained it and you understand it and it resonates with you, start to program yourself. Program your reality. Get ahead of your day. Take time through your imagination. You don't have to sit down, cross your legs, or do none of that. You have one of the most powerful things that you can ever use during the daytime. It's called daydreaming. You're always doing it anyway. You're just doing it about things that you haven't trained yourself to think about. They just coming, daydreams are just coming from out of nowhere. And next thing you know, you're sitting there just daydreaming about something. Well, you can take control of that. You can start to direct your daydreaming. Start to imagine yourself doing the things that you want to be right now. And the more that you can start to focus on those things consistently on a daily basis, especially the same concept, try one at a time so you can give it more and more energy, more and more focus. No different from making or baking a cake. You can't make or bake a cake unless you sit there and you play with it and you put the ingredients in, and you stir it and you put it in the oven and you watch it and you let it come out. You have to put time in something. Put the time every day, no more, if it ain't no more than a minute, and watch how things start to more easily come to you. Try one thing that you want to create. Take 30 seconds, a minute, however long that you can, because it's practice. And give it some positive energy. Imagine yourself doing it. Try to feel yourself doing it. And the more you do this, the more and more easier it will become. And then after a while, you're going to notice that the things that you're imagining start to come into manifestation. And then you're not going to stop because you manifested that already. You move on to the next thought and you give it focus. Energy goes where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. Focus your attention on the things you want to manifest every day on a daily basis as much as you are able. And the more you do it, the more you will be able. And through practice, it will be like dribbling the ball. After a while, you will know because you're already doing it. You're already creating your reality. But then you're going to start to be able to program it consciously. Your conscious thinking mind, through your imagination, will be the sole steerer or driver or programmer or controller of what you experience. And at that time, you will be a god or goddess on earth. And that will be the lesson. And you will be pass the test. And you will have learned the lesson of 3D and 4D reality. And you will now be ready for 5D and 6D reality, the next lessons that's coming up real soon. So for those who ready to pass the test, right, the real reason why you came to Earth, you will know that this video was for you. You will know that these are the things that now you must start to practice. You will practice these things until your rest of the time here, until you learn and you master that. And it will only lead you to another master key that you will start on to either in this life or your next life. You understand? Because this is what you've been doing from life to life to life, from planet to planet to planet. And some of us are very multidimensional, meaning we're learning this lesson on several different planets at the same time, simultaneously. That's a whole nother different lesson. That's a whole nother different level of consciousness. So we're going to stick to this lesson right now. This is basic. This is 3D, 4D lessons training. This is really why you came here. And this is the reason why you will continue to stumble over yourself until you figure this out. Until you figure the lesson that is nothing outside of you. There's no force in the sky, in the heavens, or in hell that is controlling and that is causing and that is manifesting your reality. There is no culprit. There's no white man. There is no black man. There is no Chinese man. There's no Indian man. There is nothing. There's no mother. There's no school. There's no religion. There's nothing outside of yourself and the things that you believe about yourself that's causing your reality. And there's nothing else that ever will but you, but your habit of thought, what you think about and what you believe you are and what you believe that you're supposed to be doing and what you believe is going to happen to you. What's going to happen is what you believe is going to happen. So if you believe you're going to stay broke, if you believe that you ain't got nothing, if you believe that things are hard for you to manifest, if you believe all these things that you keep telling yourself and that you allow other people to put in your ears and your eyes and your nose and your mouth, and that you allowing these things to shape your beliefs about yourself, if you continue to believe that, guess what? Your higher self, your subconscious mind is going to continue to create it. And there's going to be a loop because, boom, now when it creates it and you see it in the physical, you know what you're going to say to yourself? I told you. I told you I got bad luck. I told you ain't shit never happened good for me. I told you I can't never get the girls. Man, I told you I can't get no good job. Man, I told you I wasn't going to get the house. Man, I told you this. Man, I told you that. Man, they do this and they I told you, man, they got us trapped off, man. It's always been stacked against us. I told you we can't do this and you can't do that. You see how my face look right now? That's that energy. I can do it very well. We all can. We all can snap right into that because it's a habit. That's what we used to doing. And when you allow yourself to stay there, that's a choice. Because guess what? I can snap right back into it. And I can smile. And I can be aspirational. And I can use my imagination. I don't have, and I should never look at what's going on around me to judge who I am and what I'm doing and where I'm going. Because time is involved. What I'm working on, what I'm putting energy towards, what I'm focusing towards, is going to take time until I learn how not to put time between things to manifest. You see what I'm saying? It's going to manifest when you stop believing that it's time, that you need time, that something you're going to do or it's something that is far from you. When you start believing and knowing and really feeling and start acting like you got it now, you close and you remove the gap of time, y'all. I'm giving y'all the master keys, man. These are things that I had to learn for myself, though. So these things are only things that's really going to tickle your mind. Until you start to practice them, until you start to change the beliefs through practice, persistent practice, to where you can say it, to where you know it, where you ain't got to think about it. I ain't thinking about what I'm saying. I ain't practiced this. This is coming out fluently right now in real time. But we in May 2020. I'm making this video now. I'm going to put this out today. You feel me? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, right now I'm happy. I'm not happy because I'm actually living my dream. I'm happy because I'm imagining my dream and I'm working towards it. And the satisfaction of the journey of doing these things and watching the people come, watching the circumstances, watching the opportunities pop up from out of nowhere. I know it's coming from me. I know it's coming from me because I'm imagining it to be that way. And I'm believing that it's going to happen. And I'm not believing that it ain't meant for me. And I'm not believing that I'm not deserving of it. You see, those were beliefs I had in the past. And that's what kept me away from them. Because I allowed the first probably 40 years of my life, the experiences around me, I allowed these things to dictate how I felt and what I believed about me. And now I can see the loop of what I created. And I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad. Because I don't even remember how many lifetimes I've been here. How many lifetimes that it's taken me to come to this point. I know through this physical journey of this earth journey of this 3D lesson, I don't know how many times I've done it before I've actually finally figured it out. And it's amazing. I'm sorry, y'all, I done went the video a little bit longer, but I probably break it up in parts because I'm just going on. And as I'm in the flow, I'm not letting things outside of me stop me right now from saying what I want to say. I don't care if somebody want me to go do a job right now. I don't care about none of that. This is what I want to do right now. And I know and I believe that by me doing this, it's going to make me happy. It's going to make me happy. And being happy and feeling happy is the best thing I've had. It ain't the money, it ain't the cars, it ain't the girls. It's the feeling that you get. Because you had it in your imagination and that's what you want and you got it. You see what I'm saying? That's the happiness. And you sad when you sitting there and you thinking in your mind of what you want. And it ain't happening. And you buffering. And buffering. And buffering. Thinking that some opportunity, somebody, something gonna happen. You're gonna learn something from somebody. Somebody gonna come and save you. An opportunity. Jay-Z gonna find you. All this. I'm not waiting for none of these people. These people are living their dreams. They're where I want to be. So if they're where I want to be, guess what? I can't wait for them. They didn't have nobody come and get them. They used their imagination and put forth action, and everything fell in place. I'm going to do the same thing they do. If I want to learn something from people and don't get something for myself, I'm going to get that. Let me do what they do. Do me. I don't see Jay-Z or any of the people that I admire acting like nobody else. I don't see them doing nothing that nobody else is doing. As a matter of fact, Puffy Combs, Rick Ross, a lot of these people are on the cutting edge of technology as far as their life. You see them on the front edges of everything. Why? Because they living their dream. Now they've really realized that what they dream and what they imagine comes true. This thing that they said. I remember Rick Ross when he came out, he said he was a boss. He was this, he was that, he was this, he was that. I'm sure he wasn't that at first, but he faked it till he made it. Through his imagination, he knew he was the boss. Could nobody tell him he wasn't the boss? You feel me? And then he made us to believe it. And then next thing you know, all the pieces came into play. And this man, we call this man the boss, Rick Ross. You see? And even his predecessor, the real Rick Ross, another visionary who imagined some things. And this man's imagination is so crazy and so great and so... I listened to an interview of this man lately. You think he mad about Rick Ross and using his name and he ain't mad about that? Bro, this man got an imagination. He ain't stopped. Just like he created that character, he creating a new one right now. You see, this is the power of the imagination. This is what mind is. Imagination is in the word mind. Mind ain't nothing but a short version of imagination. Magnetism is too. Attraction. Y'all, I'm giving it to you. I'm giving you real magic. I'm giving you the real basic foundations of what's going on around you right now. You living through the imagination of someone else. You understand? But at this point, okay, we've learned some lessons from someone else. Now let's do what they're doing. Let's start programming and start making our own movie. And then for those who ain't learned a lesson yet, they will be living through your imagination, living in your world. All the people that we go on social media and we look at, we're living in their imagination through their world. We're doing exactly what they want us to do. But we don't hate, we congratulate. We learn from that. Okay, so now, okay, I learned that lesson. All right, so let me do the same thing and see how that feels. Let me go on the other side of the fence and get that experience. And then I'll tell you about that. Okay? This is what's going to make us happy. Experiences. Imagine it. Put forth the action. You have all the available resources around you to do something right now, to act right now. Stop thinking you need everything and every piece of the puzzle to put a puzzle together. You start one piece at a time. And through your imagination and through trial and error, eventually you put the puzzle together. It just comes together. But if you look at the end of the puzzle first, without even trying, without even putting the pieces, you will get discouraged and you will put the puzzle up and you will never finish that puzzle. And that is what happens. And this is what's happened to me. This is what's happened to you. This is what happens to everyone until they learn the lesson to stop looking at the end. Just start. Props out to Nike. They have one of the most amazing slogans ever. And I just love it. And I use it. Just do it. It's like I did this video. Just do it. I don't care what happens with the video. Maybe 1 or 2 people might look at it. 1,000,000 people may look. I'm going to stay neutral. I don't care. It just made me feel good to say these things. And that's all I need. So, man, I'm going to cut this thing off right here. Frequency 1212, Brill on the beats. I just want to talk about something real. I ain't want to talk about no music. I ain't really want to get too spiritual. This is all scientific. I'm not the only person saying this. Every Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill book everybody talk about, same thing. He gonna tell you the exact same thing, just in a different way. Ill Mind, I watched shouts out to Ill Mind. I watched a little clip from him today, this morning. And it is what even inspired me to say a lot of these things. Just watching that.